Championship week is upon us. Hopefully you're ready, because ready or not, here it comes. But I'm going to start off today talking about Texas versus Oklahoma State for the Big 12 title. And there's a lot of interesting facets about this game worthy of discussion, but I think the most interesting is the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. Oklahoma State's running back, Ollie Gordon II, has racked up over 1,500 rushing yards this season. He is a runaway mine car, very talented back, and by all means appears to be the favorite for the Doak Walker Award. Compare that to the Texas Longhorns defense, which is giving up an average of 2.9 yards per run, which is just outstanding defense. Now, giving Gordon his respect and his due, and he is due a lot of respect, he's going to get some yards. He may even have a big game, but ultimately, Oklahoma State is going to have to throw the ball successfully if they want to win. And this means for the Cowboys that every possession counts, because every stop the Texas defense makes it that much harder for Oklahoma State to win the game. We all know that Texas has a lot of talent and they have a very capable coaching staff at the helm. But that realization is not shared by everybody, and this actually reminds me of Big 12 Deputy Commissioner Tim Weiser, who before the season had some pretty outrageous things to say about Texas, and he outright said that Texas was just a loser program full of bums who would rather lose to Alabama and Florida than Kansas State and Iowa State. It was an incredible statement by a deputy conference commissioner then, and to me, you have to think that Texas is going to be listening to this a lot before this game against Oklahoma State in Dallas. The Longhorns are favored to win by 10 points in this game, and I think that's a pretty good line for the Big 12 championship. I've got Texas coming out on top, 34-23. I think this game will be close early, perhaps even through the first three quarters, but eventually I see the Texas defense just grinding down the Oklahoma State offense, and Longhorns coming away with the victory. In other championship action, the fun begins Friday night with the Pac-12 title game in Vegas, Oregon versus Washington, the rematch. Now, early in this season, Washington won the first game between these two teams at home by a margin of 3 points. And the Huskies are actually favored to win this game by 9.5. I've got Oregon pulling off the upset, winning by a score of 34-31 over the Huskies in Las Vegas. Later Saturday, the SEC title game. This promises to be a dandy, in the words of Brent Musburger. Georgia versus Alabama. Georgia, after beating Georgia Tech last week, has won 29 games in a row. So I don't know if there's anyone out there that's hotter than the Georgia Bulldogs. Currently, the Bulldogs are favored to win this game by 6.5 points. I've got the Crimson Tide pulling the upset, though. I've got Alabama winning 27-24 in Atlanta over the Georgia Bulldogs. In the battle for the ACC, we have Florida State versus Louisville. Florida State coming off a very, very tough victory over the University of Florida in the Swamp last weekend. And I don't think things get easier for them. Louisville comes off a very tough loss against Kentucky, but I suspect they're going to give the Seminoles the fight for their lives. In this matchup, Florida State is favored to win by 2.5. I think they end up winning 28-21 over Louisville, but it's going to be just a grind-out victory for the Seminoles. The American Athletic Conference holds their title game on Saturday as well, when SMU travels to New Orleans to battle it out with the Tulane Green Wave. In this matchup, Tulane is favored to win by 3.5 points. I think they more than cover the spread. I've got the Green Wave winning 36-24 over the Ponies in New Orleans. Last but certainly not least, the Big Ten title game, Michigan versus Iowa. Michigan is actually favored to win this game by 21.5 points. Virtually no one is giving Iowa any kind of chance to win at all. I think it's going to be closer than 21.5, but I don't see the Hawkeyes really competing too much in this game. I've got the Wolverines winning 24-10 in the Big Ten title game from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, last week I was 11-2, bringing the season total to 115-43. And it has just been an absolute honor to come in here every week and give predictions. This season has been an absolute blast and probably the deepest playoff season, the deepest championship contender pool I've seen since 2008. So it's just been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all shakes out. Hopefully your team wins. Hopefully you have a great time and a lot of fun watching championship weekend. Remember, that's what it's all supposed to be about. Have some fun, enjoy the games, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.